Witch of Jasmine, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Taurus moons. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Oh, there we go. So as I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths. To calm yourself, ground yourself, center yourself. These cards are coming out. Oh, nice and quick. And we got a bonus card. Very nice. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay, Taurus moons, let's take a look at your cards. So for the Oracle card, we have wholeness with the water element and Aquarius. And for your tarot cards, we have the Fool, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups reversed, Nine of Chalices reversed, aka Nine of Cups reversed, Four of Chalices reversed, aka Four of Cups reversed, and the Horned God reversed, aka the Emperor reversed. Alright, and then we will flip this card over whenever I feel like it's time to flip it over. So, oops. I was going to say this when we first looked at this Oracle card, but I didn't. But now that we have the Fool, I'm definitely going to say it. With this Aquarius symbol here, my mind like immediately went to the Aquarius new moon that we're having. When am I going to post this? This will be up Wednesday, and the new moon is on Friday. So 2 days from when this is posted. And of course, with new moons, that represents a new beginning of something. And this wholeness card here represents a completion of something, right? So completing one thing, moving on to the next, right? So given that we have this Fool card here, that kind of reinforces that for me. So I think that's really what we're talking about here. Of course, when I'm talking about like starting something new, I do mean that in a pretty vague way, a pretty general way. It could be a new habit, a new way of thinking, a new outlook, a new perspective, or maybe something really genuinely really big. Who knows? But just keep that in mind. So with this, I don't think this reading is really telling me what that is, but it is giving you some advice about some things that you want to, maybe some lessons that you've learned from this past chapter that we're completing going into the new one. Some things that you might want to keep in mind, carry with you going forward that'll help make whatever this is, more successful and go a little better for you. So I actually want to start with this middle part first, with the Queen of Cups and Four of Chalices reversed. Four of Cups, I know I just showed you this card, but we'll look at it again. Just because the image really shows us what this is about. So anyway, we have this person here who's sitting at this table with 3 cups that they don't particularly like, right? You can tell by the look on their face. They're like, yeah, I don't really like these cups. I'm so sick of looking at these cups. I really wish I had a different cup. But as you can see, this person just outside their door has a cup, right? So if this person could just shift their perspective and look at what's around them, they might see like, oh, wow, this thing that I want is right there. Here's how I can get it, you know? So that's what Four of Cups is about. It's about like apathy and boredom and being unhappy with what you have right now. So having it reversed is a sign that you are realizing that that's a negative way of thinking, and it actually might not be so hard to find the thing that you actually want, right? That's what Four of Cups reversed is. And with the Queen of Cups, right? Queen of Cups is somebody who is she's a master at controlling her emotions, right? She knows how to acknowledge them and feel them and process them without kind of wallowing in them too much, right? Not pushing them away, but also not being controlled by them in any kind of way. So I mean that this definitely feels like some sort of emotional thing, right? You're looking at how you're feeling and you're deciding like, you know what, I want to do something different about it. I want to do something new. I want to, you know, find ways to control my emotions or to improve how I'm feeling, whatever that means for you. So I think specifically something that you might be needing to work on as far as your emotions go has to do with this horned god reversed, aka the Emperor reversed, which is the Emperor represents the everybody say hi to Halen. My kitty cat Halen. Halen, please be careful. Oh my gosh. It represents the masculine, right? The archetype of the father. And when it's reversed, it's the negative aspects of that, right? So horn god reversed can represent a need for control and power and dominance and all of that stuff, right? So I think that's what you might have a habit of doing with your emotions, is trying to control them in a very unhealthy way, right? Of being like, well, I don't think I should be feeling this way, so I'm just not going to, you know? Or getting mad at yourself for feeling however you're feeling. I don't know, things like that. Things that are those kinds of unhealthy coping mechanisms, right? Because we have this Page of Cups that my cat is sitting on. This Page of Cups reversed. That way of thinking obviously is not helping, right? But it's doing more damage to you. Page of Cups is somebody who Page of Cups in general, upright, is I pictured like a child, right? Who is like looking at this big, beautiful, mysterious world with all of this curiosity and wonder and being like, wow, I want to go there. I want to do this and that. And I want to meet that person and I want to experience this. And they're just like so filled with this joy and curiosity for the world, right? So Page of Cups is the opposite of that. It's kind of like somebody telling you that Santa's not real, you know, and just kind of having all of that magic just like melted away, right? So that's how I feel like this kind of thinking has affected you, right? Is not letting you experience. I mean, well, okay, I'm speaking of this as if it's yourself. It's highly probable that there's somebody else was kind of the catalyst that got you into this negative thought pattern. So I just want to mention that, but I'm just going to speak of this as if it, you know, for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to say you. But by reinforcing that and kind of being like, oh, well, you shouldn't feel that. Oh, well, feeling that is bad. Or, oh, well, whatever it is for you, right? It's kind of stripping away at that ability and need to be able to feel your full range of emotions, right? Whether that be good or bad, or positive or negative emotions, right? We got to feel all of them, right? So, I don't know, food for thought right there, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and flip over this other card. Thank you for standing up, Halen. That was great timing. Whoa, 8 of Swords. Okay, I was going to say, I'm not super sure what this 9 of Chalices reverse is doing in here, but now that makes a little sense. Or not a little sense, it makes sense. 8 of Swords, if you remember what we talked about with this 4 of Cups, right? Granted, we have it reversed here, which is like breaking out of that negative thought pattern. But the negative thought pattern itself is the 4 of Cups, right? 4 of Cups upright. 4 of Cups and 8 of Swords go hand in hand. 8 of Swords is, I know this is a harsh word, it's self-victimization, right? It's kind of wallowing in the negativity, wallowing in the whatever situation you're in, rather than coming out of it, right? So granted, I really feel like you are coming out of it, but this is what I was talking about with Queen of Cups, right? She's very, very good at recognizing how she's feeling, acknowledging it, feeling it. But also, once you've finished that step, it's time to move on, right? You have to then get to that next spot of, yes, you know, I went through this terrible thing. Somebody did this terrible thing to me, and this is how I feel. And, you know, and I want to do this negative coping mechanism, but I should do a more positive one instead. And I should check in with myself and like all of the healing, right? There's a very big difference between that and just sitting in those emotions and not getting out of it, right? That's where this 9 of Cups reversed comes into play, because then all you're doing is turning your world, focusing your world on these negative things, right? The victim mentality. So again, I'm not, I know these cards are here, but I really don't think that they're telling you that that's what you're doing or anything like that. I just think that's something you should keep in mind and avoid doing. That's all. Because I think that's very common in people, is they say they want to do the healing and the difficult work, the shadow work, but they can't quite get out of that stage, right? They just kind of stay there. So make sure you don't stay there. That's all. And again, we're talking about two ends of the spectrum, right? One of them is this horned god that I talked about here, the Emperor reversed, of not letting yourself feel any emotion or throwing them away or whatever. And the other end of the spectrum is feeling all of those emotions and not doing anything about it. You know, just constantly feeling like you have this terrible life and all these terrible things happen to you and you're surrounded by terrible people and life is so hard and you just can't get out of that, right? We want to be in the middle, which is Queen of Cups, of acknowledging those things, but also not letting, oh my gosh, sorry, that was my cat, and not letting them control you. You know what I mean? Having control of them. And again, like I was saying before, I think a lot of this is stuff that you have learned in this past chapter or are really focusing on right now. But that's definitely what you should be taking with you in this next step, this next chapter, this new beginning, this whatever it is for you. I need to take a deep breath now. That was a lot of talking. So, Taurus moons. I hope I was able to clearly communicate all of this to you. But if you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. If you're particularly drawn to any of these cards, or if you'd like any more information about any of these cards, highly recommend you take a look at the shorts part of my channel, where I have a whole bunch of, well over 200 little shorts that really describe each of these cards. I talk about the symbolism in them, the upright meaning, as well as the reversed meaning. So I hope that can be a nice little resource for you if you need it. So, but anyway, Taurus moons, I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck going forward. I hope that this reading makes you feel empowered and encouraged, right? I know there's a lot of kind of negative cards here, but these are things that you're working towards, that honestly I think everybody needs to work through at some point, right? So anyway, lots of luck to you. I know you can do it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!